Good morning from Mountaintop Koi. Today is Wednesday, June 19th. Today we'll be culling our Sanke pond for the first time. We noticed yesterday there's some pretty large Tobies in there. They're growing quick, and we want to make sure that we don't lose a lot of fry to the Tobies. This is the Sanke pond. It was the Taisho Sanke male to Taisho Sanke female. There's a lot of fry. I'm not sure how many. The pond's almost 3 foot deep, so you get a good sense of what's on the surface, but I'm not sure how many are down in the depths. So we decided we needed to cull these today, make sure we get some Tobies out of there. Gonna get our deformities out today. These guys are 17 days old, 16 or 17 days since hatching. So we're showing pretty good growth. Most of them are a ½ inch, roughly a little larger. Some of them, we still have the runts that are tiny, and we also have the Tobies that are huge. So we'll see. I'm going to do some more videoing of us doing the culling, so you'll see some of the different sizes, what we're looking for, some of the deformities we're taking out. Most of them it's going to be crooked spines, crooked tails, crooked heads, stuff like that, just to dwindle the numbers in the pond, so we're not feeding so many, not such a bio load on the pond. The Tobies are going to go from this pond here to this pond. It was the pond we had set up for our Kuhaku female. She did end up spawning, but the most fry we've seen in there, 4 to 6 fry, on the walls. So I'm not going to waste a 1,500 gallon pond to raise 6 fry for a Kohaku. So we figured it'd be a good place for the Tobies and stuff to go. The other ponds, we have 3 more females that need to spawn. Kinki Kukuryu female, Igoromo female, and Kinki Itsuri females still haven't spawned. All the other ponds are full of fry. The first pond is Ginsanki. Second pond is the Kujaku. Last pond is kind of a mishmash. Ogon female, almost a Harawaki. Has some orange on the head, stuff like that. Nothing special. Wasn't a planned spawn, just kind of one of them things that male started chasing her, withdrew her in her pond, let her spawn out. The male was actually Matsu Kawabaki male, and a Akabeko, so there is definitely a mishmash of stuff in there. Pond in the corner is Orenji Hirawaki to Kujaku male. Next pond is the pair of Matsu Kawabakis, and we have Kumanru to Matsu Kawabaki in that pond. This pond is actually currently holding some of the large females, the breeders. We have the air running, and we did set up a makeshift sponge filter. It's just packed with hundreds of big sponges to help keep the water clear and reduce ammonia levels. But thus far everything is going well. I'll show you our culling setup. We are currently draining the pond. We have a 200 gallon an hour pump, so that we don't suck fry up. I do have much larger pumps, but I was afraid using those would pull the fry against the sponges and kill a lot of fry. So we're doing it using a 200 gallon an hour pump in the hopes that they're strong enough to get away from the sponge that is covering the inlet of the filter. It is currently draining. This is going to be our culling area. The 2 black tubs we have set up are going to be the tubs where we scoop fish out of the blue tub, which is going to be essentially the holding tub for the fry. We'll scoop those out, holding hold them in the large white nets for inspection. And finally, we have real small, there's one, real small white nets. These guys, the telescopic handles that we'll be using to actually select the fry. Like I said, the crooked spines, all the deformed fish are going to go into a tub. I'm going to put them in my mud pond, see what happens. There's a lot of fish in there. There's bass and sunfish and everything in there, so I highly doubt any of them will survive, but I'm not one to throw them over the bank, so we'll give them a chance. But for now, that's it. As we get going, we'll show you some of the process and what we're going to be doing, and we hope you enjoy the video. We will be able to show you some fry that they're starting to develop some pattern. At this point, it's still so minute that I don't think we'll really be able to tell anything for the future. You know, they're really small fry, but we will try to give you an idea. So keep watching, and we hope you enjoy it. Thank you. We're back to the culling process. In here we have a bunch of the fish. We're getting towards the end. I don't know how many fry we've done today. Probably 40, 50,000, probably something in that area. It's about 7:30. We started at 10. So, and this is one pond, and it's honestly one of the ponds with the smaller quantity of fry. We didn't get a real big hatch from this female compared to some of the other ones, so, but this is the net I use for culling. It's a little deep. If you look, the camera will focus. If you look, you can see some fry are considerably larger than other fry. Anything that's, you know, out of the ordinary large is what we call out as Tobies. They're going to be going into a pond of their own. That way they're not feeding off the smaller fry. And in there's probably a few that have crooked tails or something of that sort. Some of them have crooked spines. Some of them just have swim bladder issues. Right there, as a matter of fact, is a crooked one, if I can get it. Let's see. This little guy right. One on my net. Not sure if you can see it. There is a fry there, but he is crooked, got a crooked spine. So those are the fish we're going to be eliminating. They go in this tub here. No sense in growing out fish, you know, feeding them, taking up space and stuff that aren't saleable fish. You know, so we're doing deformities and Tobies. We've got one more tub like this. I don't know if you can see all the fish in here, but there's a few thousand probably in here amongst the algae. That's algae off the bottom of the ponds. But there's probably a few thousand fry. At this point, 95% of them probably we're keeping. There's a few deformities, but not a large number. About the 1st of August, I'm planning on doing the first culling of these guys for pattern and quality. At that point, we'll reduce the numbers drastically. Probably reduce 90% at that time. You know, down to a few thousand probably. And then the next culling, depending on how the fry turn out, I mean, I'm looking to end up with around 250 fry to grow out of the best quality that we can get. So keep watching. We should be back in the next week or two with some more culling videos similar to this one. We've got Matsu Kawabaki that are getting close to big enough to cull out Tobies. Probably the Kujaku. So just keep watch out for some other videos, and hopefully as things get better, you know, they develop pattern and stuff, we'll show you more of what we're looking for as far as the quality goes. This first culling, like I said, is just deformities and taking the Tobies out. So check back, you know, keep watching. We appreciate you checking out the videos, and feel free to leave some feedback for us. All right, thanks.